What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Living Blessed, the podcast. I'm your host, Joevan J. Palmer, and as always, we have special guests who come on the podcast, tell transparent moments, and they also tell you how you too can get over it. So I got my boy Trey in the building for the second time around.
Yeah, we back again this time because last time the camera was blurry. But I'm glad though, because I'm able to say like more than I had last time.
For sure,
and I actually got a new fit on.
Okay, so you know how podcasting goes now.
Yeah.
Okay. So Trey, man, let's get into it, bro. Tell them about yourself, where you from, and all that good jazz, man. We're just gonna jump into it. Natural conversation as always.
Okay, cool. So my name is Trevion. I'm 18 years old. I'm a YouTuber and graphic designer. I go by Royal Trevion and Royalty Made It. Royalty Made It is actually my graphic design business. So I started that roughly a year ago, March 13th, 2020. And ever since, I just been learning and growing.
Word, man. Appreciate you coming through. I'm glad I caught you while you were in town.
Yeah.
Because I was about to release your episode on Tuesday. And I looked at the footage. I said, yo, this joint is blurry.
It's a coincidence, though. Because, like, when you sent it and you was like, when the next time you're going to be back? I'm like, I'm actually going to be back this week. So it's good that we was able to catch each other at this time.
Yeah, for sure, man. So it's divine connection, intervention, all that good stuff.
Right.
So, man, let's talk about it, man. So you're living in Delaware right now, man.
I'm moving to ATL soon.
You're moving to ATL soon. Everyone's coming today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only right. It's a great place to be. I've grown so much as a human being since being in Atlanta. So I know for somebody like yourself who's young and ambitious, because I've seen you in action.
Right.
Like your networking skills are crazy.
Yeah.
Your work ethic is crazy, and you're only 18.
Yeah. Sometimes it shocked me, like, how much that I've done, but also at the same time, actually this month, I feel like every time around this year, like you start reflecting. And so that's what I've been doing lately. Like, okay, so like I feel like I have been moving and growing and like, you know, building connections, but I also feel like I have a lot to work on. And lately, this whole month, I've been realizing the end of last month, starting up until now, October 16th, like I've been realizing, you know, it's time to really start taking things to the next level. As of right now, I feel like I'm an action talker and not an action taker.
Right, so slow down. What's an action talker versus an action taker? Because that's deep and dope. Like I said, you're a very wise kid,
right,
to be 18, because some of the things that you say, I would have never imagined to say when I was 18 years old. I was, excuse me, I was really just trying to figure it out, and I feel like you're so ahead of the game at 18 years old. Go ahead and talk about that.
So yeah, like a lot of times, like I feel like I'll say like, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and it's like I feel like I don't have no real goal right now. Like I'm just doing things, but I'm not reaching to a specific and targeted goal. So like right now, in June, I promised myself as soon as I graduate, I was gonna do everything that I wanted to do. You feel me? And so like I feel like since then I have been doing that, but I also feel like I've just been running around in the same circle, and like my whole day, every single day, I'm repeating the same cycle. It's like I'm not really growing or targeting any real growth. Right now with like my business and everything, I feel like I should have been moving and like doing things, and it could be at a better position right now. And what I mean by me being an action talker rather than an action taker, a lot of times I say I'm gonna do something and then I kind of get in my own head and I'm like a prisoner in my own mind, because I just sit there and like I stay stagnant and I overthink it too much, and now I done missed the opportunity where I could have already progressed by then, if that makes sense.
No, that's deep. What makes you feel that way at 18 though? Because if you let somebody who's probably twice my age and you tell that same thing, their response to you is going to be, oh man, you got so much time, man, what you in a rush for?
Right.
So my question is I'm going to pose the question as I was twice my age. Like, what's the rush, or why do you feel like you need to be in a specific place right now at 18?
So yes, people do say like you do have a lot of time, but you never know when that day may come and like that's that last time. So I just feel as though you got to do everything today. Like a lot of times I tell myself I'm going to do this tomorrow, but how would I know if I'm going to be here tomorrow? So I just feel like I need to start working on the things that I say I'm going to do. Lately, like I said, like with me reflecting and stuff, I realized that I need to move with way more integrity and way more discipline, and be consistent with what I'm doing. Because right now in my business, over the past year, I have been doing things as far as like, you know, I haven't been promoting my business, and I know that nobody's gonna promote you like how you promote yourself. So it's like you have to push forward and keep doing things that you need to do, because nobody's gonna do it for you. Nobody's gonna save you. Nobody's gonna like get you out of the circumstances that you're in. And a lot of times I tell myself like, you know, I can't overcome any obstacle that I face, but I have to move and take action in order to do that. I can't just sit there and like overthink it. You have to just keep going.
Dang. That's a mouthful. So for you to say something like that, have you experienced in your lifetime some type of loss or just something that kind of just have you thinking that way? Or what is it that has you thinking that way at 18 years old? Because a lot of 18-year-olds really just think about just partying, chilling. And right now we're in this content creation space where, like, you know, TikTok is famous, Instagram is famous, Snapchat is famous, so everyone's trying to be like the next big influencer, but it doesn't seem like that's the direction you want to head or the path that you want to have for your life. What is it? Like, is it something inside of you or something you've experienced that's have you thinking this way?
So you said, have I experienced some type of loss? I don't know, but I like went to some sort of therapy, and they were telling me like, you know, you have a fear of loss, and I feel like I do. With my clients, I always feel like I need to keep working, or I need to like overextend myself and spread myself thin to them and to like family and to everybody else, that I'm not putting no love or any attention on myself. So they said like I have a fear of loss, and I feel like I do. I feel like I have to overextend or put more work as other than everybody else, because I don't know, I just have like some fear of loss. And I would say that have to do with like trauma and stuff. My father, he wasn't really around. So I would say that's like a part of it.
You feel like you're trying to reach for something that you lost in your dad.
Yeah.
And you don't want, like, since he kind of walked away or whatever the situation may have been.
Right.
You feel as if like you don't want to like lose another person that you've gotten close to.
Right. And so like a lot of times, like I intentionally like start straying away from people, or I'll stop talking to them for certain reasons. Like when I'm going through my own things, meaning like a mental battle within myself, I kind of push back from people. So I'm not sure if you noticed, but I haven't really been posting on social media like that. And like, I haven't really been posting on social media, and that's just like a pattern that I see in myself. Every time I'm starting to go through like a mental battle within myself, or I'm overthinking too much, I like back away from people. I won't talk to people as much, or I won't reach out to them. I won't post on social media because it's like I'm going through my own personal thing, and I feel like that's something that I need to work on. And I just need to be like more vulnerable and everything. So like, these are the things that I've been reflecting on lately, and like it wasn't as deep as it was right now on the last episode that we did.
I don't think we've mentioned this, so let's talk about that, because I feel you on that whole distancing yourself, and you're feeling, the good thing is you're self-aware about what's going on inside of you, because a lot of people aren't. And people will continue to go on and continue to progress and try to, well, not continue to progress, but try to progress in the state that you're in right now.
Right.
And I understand what you're going through. So how do you know when these triggers happen, when these moments are happening for you? Like, what does it feel like? What is it like? You know, what are you sensing in yourself? What's going through your mind and stuff like that?
So I noticed like a lot of things, like with patients, I noticed with everybody, like the littlest thing, after a while, somebody keep repeating the same thing, or like, okay, so this is what I would say, like, before I started business, what I would have told myself then is to heal before starting a business, or heal while creating that platform. Because right now it's like, I'm trying to heal, but it's like I have no time to really, really heal. Like I keep reverting back to, I grow and then I take 10 steps back.
Yeah.
So it's like right now, as we talked about, you asked what was my drive. I feel like my drive is like taking care of my family and being like a leader and overcoming obstacles and challenges and generational curses that we have had. Like just people, I noticed like certain people in my family, I'm not gonna name anybody because I don't want to offend, but like just, I noticed people have goals and different things and they don't fully get to where they could have been, because it's just like, I don't know what it is. It's just like, we don't never get to the next step. And I want to get to the next step. I don't want to just make it this far that I'm currently at and then just step down and start working a regular job. Not that there's a problem with one, but I just want to really live out my dream and really put people on and really like make an impact in the world.
Another
I've been
mouthful.
having too much to say. Like
clearly, like nah, because I want to just touch on something. You said heal before you start a business.
Yeah.
Like expound on that, because I feel like so many entrepreneurs really need to hear that from somebody like yourself, talking about healing before starting a business. Because I don't know. I think we're connected sometimes. Because I was literally thinking about that, like, you know, like, dang, Jay, like, should you have started your business and you're still going through your traumas and stuff like that?
Right.
But you're saying heal before you start a business. Why?
More so because I noticed that it's starting to reflect in mine. It's been reflecting in mine, but it get like worse and worse. So whatever you're going through in your personal life is gonna reflect in your business. So how can you operate in a real how can you make your business sustainable if you haven't healed? So if you lack communication, which I know I do sometimes, if you lack communication, if you lack patience and like integrity and discipline, it's gonna all reflect in your business, because that's who you are behind your business. So a lot of us, I'm not gonna say a lot of us, me, myself, I try to cover myself up with like the things that I've done in my business. I try to cover that up as to who I am, and that's not who I am.
Dang, man. So you use your business as a cover up for who you are.
Yeah.
You've done that before, so we say.
Yes.
And why do you feel that you use the business to cover up for who the true Trey is? Because
I'm not fully healed, so it's like you're gonna use anything to make yourself look good or sound good. And like I don't fully know myself. So God, I just know, like, as an 18-year-old, I know that the things that I'm doing right now, I'm not putting my all into it. I listen to Eric Thomas and like 19 Keys, and these are different things that I'm learning. Like, I'm just like, all right, like you're doing stuff, but you're not really doing enough. You're not gaining any growth. So I know that this was something that Donnie and David talked about on a podcast, where they were saying like you like being a leader and different things like that. So everyone doesn't want to lead, but I know I want to, and I know that I can't be a leader with no discipline. I can't be a leader with no integrity. I can't be a leader with inconsistency, lack of communication, patience, all of those things. So I have to work as that. You can't lead and have people following behind you, and you're not like effectively growing or progressively growing every single day. Yeah. Because then it's gonna be the blind leading the blind. Right. And everybody's just gonna be in scrambles, like we're not going nowhere. We just all right here. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I'm just learning that I really need to start focusing and really let go of things that just isn't me. Like, let go of characteristics that stunts my growth and different things like that. So I feel like I want to go like to real therapy, like on a consistent basis, and really grow. Cause a lot of times I hold like resentment and things from my past. And when I'm looking at it, I'm like, this happened to me when I was like 6. And you still holding on to this. You're 18. Like, it's kind of time to really heal and get over that stuff and get over those hurdles, because that's what's really holding me back. And that's what's stunting my growth.
Who are you?
I don't know, but I've been having a lot to say, and this is what I be doing when I'm not on social media, or when I get really quiet and I stop reaching out to people, or like I just straight like distance myself away from people. And it's not because of them, it's really because of me, and I know I have like things that I need to work on. And these are the things that I be thinking about when I'm really silent. And I'm like real quiet, and in my own head, like, this is what I'm thinking about, or what I need to work on.
So what are outside, what are some of the traumas that you've gone through that you feel is causing these, mental breaks, these mental hiccups and stuff that you're going through, that's stopping you from really progressing past this point where you are now?
So I'm not really sure exactly what everything is, but I know like my father not being in my life, that's a main part of it, because it feels like I don't really know my full self. And like I see him in the mirror sometimes, and it's like, I don't want to be that person. Not to like, because remember, like I said in the last podcast, like you were asking me what was my drive. I didn't know at the time, but I feel like now I know. My mother, she always said like if she won the lottery, she would put her whole family like in a gated community, and we all live by each other. Now I wouldn't personally do that, because I like my own space. But I definitely want to put like my family in position to like, live the way they want to live and have opportunities of their own. And then just her, like, she's always been a hard worker. When she told me that she was working at White Castle as a teenager, I think like in her early teens, that's what motivated me. I was trying to get a job at McDonald's when I started to hit that same age, around like 13, 16 and things like that. When I started to hit that age, I'm like, I want to get a job just how you did. And she was like, oh, you don't need one. Cause like, I wasn't spoiled as a kid, and a lot of people would say in my family, like, oh, you spoiled, but I was never spoiled.
Was taken care of.
Yeah, I was just well taken care of, and my stepfather and my mom, they just always made sure that we, like me and my stepbrother, we always had something like that. We had sneakers and we had clothes and different things like that. We were able to experience like high value things, but it's like a lot of that stuff that we were presented to, we don't even care about it. Like, I don't care about sneakers. I don't care about, like, I'm not fascinated with money. I just like the comfortability of it, and different things like that. Like, I've been there and done that. And so, like, I just know, I feel like right now, like all of the stuff, like your business, money, all of those things, those glamorous, like flashy things, like that doesn't mean nothing, because you could still be a messed up person. Yeah. And so, like, if you a messed up person, all of that stuff, like, cancels out. It don't matter how much money you got, how many cars, clothes, any of that you got. It matters about who you are inside, like, internally.
Trey.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, man, if all of that was taken away today, your business, the livelihood that's been provided to you, what would you have?
I would have to work on myself. Like, I would have to really work on myself, like, let go of all of those distractions, not even worry about the loss, because, like I said, I do feel like I have a fear of loss. And so I would have to really, like, really work on myself, like, go deep down inside and really understand what caused these certain things in my life, because it's like I'm always constantly thinking of things that happened years ago, and it's like, it should be no reason that you really focused on that and still trying to move forward. Like, you can't move forward if you're still thinking about the past and dwelling on the past. So yeah, I would really have to really focus on myself and like just like go deep inside and just become a more evolved person.
So you mentioned therapy, that you've gone, on an inconsistent basis, and now you kind of want to consistently go to therapy. What do you feel that you can learn about yourself through the process of therapy, and when do you want to actually get started with it?
I want to get started with it as soon as possible. I just don't know where to start. Okay. I haven't mentioned it to my mom because, like I said, like I do step away from people and like I distance myself from my family and friends and like business people that I work with, and like my business, like I don't really communicate as well. And so I haven't mentioned that to her. Like I want to go to therapy and really just heal and like really talk things out. I feel like right now, like I'm kind of talking it out because I keep everything inside. Yeah. And I know if I were to speak to somebody privately about certain things that I experienced, like I would be able to remember and see exactly where they would help me identify and remap my brain on like where these like potholes started from, if that makes sense. Like the lack of communication, just having a fear of loss, talking to people. I'm not talking to people every time I'm going through something, like those key things. I feel like that would really help out if I tell somebody exactly everything that has occurred. Got you.
Man, you have so much to offer at 18 years old. You have so much that's going to be in front of you.
Right.
And I feel like for me, I'm an advocate for therapy. Oh my gosh. Crap. You have so much to offer. You have so much that you can get to. You have so much you can grow through. And it's like, I commend you at the age of 18 for wanting to go to therapy, because like I said, 18, I had never thought, Joevan, go to therapy.
Right.
Like, you've gone through this at 12 years old. You need to fix this now. Like, dude, your mom has had to be very instrumental. Your stepdad has had to be very instrumental in the upbringing of you, because 18-year-olds don't think the way you do. I worked with so many teenagers throughout my life over the past 5 years, being in the social work field, doing therapy and stuff like that. I've never heard a kid talk like you talk.
Right, and I had to realize that, like, I used to always feel like the left out one. out of like friend groups and different things like
Yes,
that.
I feel like that too.
Yeah, like it's like you feel like you the outsider because like you don't think like them, or you don't like you don't relate to them in certain ways, and you don't have to because you're your own person and you don't have to fit in with everybody.
Right,
it's a reason why you don't fit in with them.
Facts.
So I just know I want more for myself. I know there is more for myself other than overworking myself. And before we had talked about like setting boundaries and different things like that. That's also something that I have a problem with. I feel like I have I feel like I lost my voice in a way. In the past when I was a kid, like I was always told to like speak up, because I always talk like really low. And so like, and I'm very reserved and nonchalant. I don't really talk. And like I said, remember on the podcast last time, I was like, my father and my mother, they're gonna be like, you don't talk this much. Like, you do not talk this much. Even my family, they're gonna be like, you do not talk this much. Like you be saying, you say all of this, but like you don't say it to us.
I feel you. I don't know what it is, but I feel you 1,000%, bro.
Yeah.
I feel you all the way.
So like I just know like I have came very far. I made a way for myself, but I know in order to keep going, like I have to really overcome these traits that I have and like these mental battles that I be having within myself. Like I really have to overcome that. I know my family, like my cousin, he really wants to be involved with what I'm doing. He's like, I'm so proud of you. And like everybody be saying like they so proud of me, and like I don't understand how much like how impactful that it's being, like, and things like that. But I really don't. Like, I really don't understand the value of how much I can bring to the table, and I really don't understand, like, how much that I am doing. Like, I don't really understand. Like, it doesn't resonate with me.
It's not going to resonate with you.
Yeah.
It's not going to make sense to you at all. You're just going to have to keep going.
Yeah.
Because the more you grow, the more you start understanding it.
Yeah.
And the more that you will really understand why you went through this to get to that.
Right.
So it's like, you don't, like you said, something very powerful. You've helped me in setting boundaries. And you, I don't know if you know, I think we talked about it last time.
Yeah, we did.
We were on our team call.
We could get into that too.
Yeah, because I do want to get into that.
Yeah.
We were on a team call and David asked you like, yo, Trey, can you do X, Y, and Z? And you're like, no. And I was like, dang. He said no.
But that was when I was just getting into it. I'm still learning. Like, I still have those hiccups where, like, I am saying yes to way too many things, and I'm overextending myself. And it's okay to say no to things when you feel like people are asking you for way too much, because people will. And if you allow them to, they'll keep doing it, and they'll keep doing it. And the more you say yes, it's going to be harder for you to break out of those positions where you have to, like, stick to what you already said yes to or approved to. So that's what I'm learning, like, setting boundaries. You can't overextend yourself, because people will just keep taking from you until you have nothing left, and now like you're the one going through stuff. So I, like, in my business, what I've been learning, like I can't, when I first started my business, I didn't have no boundaries. I was letting people text me at 2 a.m. and I would hop on their orders and different things like that. But now, like, it's kind of hard to get out of that, because they remember when I was accepting orders at 2 a.m. Now I have these business hours, and now I want you to pay me before I even do work. And now I want you to respect me. You're not going to talk to me any kind of way, because I'm still a human, and I'm going to respect you, and I want you to respect me as well. So I'm just learning those different things, and I'm like going back and forth with it. Sometimes I'm on a good path, sometimes I'm not. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. I need to work on a lot.
It feels good, don't it?
Yeah.
It feels so good. Like, my boundary now is I don't take any calls after 10 o'clock. I don't do any work after 10 o'clock.
I remember it was 9 o'clock, and I even thought, when you set that boundary and you was like, I don't really like when people text me after 9 o'clock. It was after 9, and I think it was, no, it wasn't after 9. It was like 8:45. I'm like, dang, should I really text them to see? Because
it's not certain people. Like, you got to be within my close circle. Like, you, I will respond, because like, you're not somebody who's all the time need something. So like, if you hit me up, it's like, oh, Trey must need something real quick. I can knock it out for you, because like, any task that you've asked me for, it doesn't take a lot. So it's like, for certain people, I'll respond, but it's just for like certain things, I just won't respond to. Like, people randomly text my phone and I tell you, yo, like, this is the time you need to hit me up, or it won't happen till the next day. Like yesterday, some dude hit me up and he's texting the wrong number, and I didn't respond. I told you, literally, this is the number you can call me on. Now, I don't know how you got my personal number. Google failed me. Because I called him a Google number, and for some reason he got into my personal number. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And I'm texting him from the Google number like, yo, this number. He just continues to text my personal lines. I'm ignoring you.
Right.
Those like that's the boundaries. Like it's like, and you sticking to it. Like I tell you, boundaries hurt.
They do.
Boundaries hurt when you've been that person for so long. I'm 34.
Yeah.
You're 18.
Yeah.
And it's like when you've been the same person over and over and doing the same thing over and over, and like, you know, allowing person to person to come in, and now you got to shut them off. How does that feel to you?
It hurts me a lot. I feel like I'm an empath. And a lot of times, like even raising my prices, that's something that Dave and like the team helped me with. They like, yo, you need to raise your prices because what you're doing, like you're not getting paid much. And you even said that you was like, that's not even nothing to what you're doing. Like you're working all these hours.
Dope. And like I look at your prices and I'm like, yo.
Yeah. They were like everybody told me that, and I was like, it really hurt me because like some people, they want me to just stay in that position. I can't. In order for me to move forward, like I can't do that. Then. Yeah, that's.
I'm not gonna mention your prices. Are they still the same?
No, they're not.
Okay, cool.
And I don't even want people like. Even I tell people now, like I don't. When you refer somebody to me, don't tell them my price because you don't know if it changed or not. Exactly. Don't tell them my price at all. Like just say this is the person that you could work with. He's real dope and all of that, but don't mention a price. There's no reason to.
Yeah. So while we're talking about the price, let's talk about your old prices and what they were and what it caused you. I think your old prices may have caused part of your traumas.
They did.
Because it's like you had some work on your website for like $10, I think it was.
Yeah.
What's the $10
No,
offer?
Before that it was $8.
$8
and
for
before
what?
that $8 for a thumbnail.
For a thumbnail.
And it was before that it was $5 and $6.
Yeah.
So like I was only thinking to stay in that lane, like $8 and that's it. Like that's the highest I can go. And I was putting myself in a box.
Why'd you feel that that was your worth? Because I've seen your work.
Yeah.
Your work is amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Like your work looks like you've had years.
And I only been doing graphic design, I would say, for 2 years. It's going on 2 years now. So 2019 in December, I started learning graphic design. I was terrible. I have the pictures in my phone from when I first started, and it was not all that good.
Man, you can run this whole graphics business up to the point where you ain't even got to touch the business.
And that's what I told my mom. Like when I was getting my hair braided, I was like, bro, like I just worked so much, and it's like to a point where I know I don't have to do this, but it's like that's why I said like I've been reflecting. Like I noticed that I need to change. Yeah. And if I want to be a leader, like I have to really start moving as a leader, because if I slack in my business and I half do it 50%, how would I expect, or how would I have the expectation for the people that I hire and delegate the work to? How would I have the expectation for them to work at their full capacity, if that makes sense? Like, so I'm just learning. Like I was telling my mom when I was getting my hair braided, I was like, by I think it was October 13th, whichever day it was, I was just like,
and today is the 16th. Yeah,
I was like, I don't want to be in the same position October 13th, 2022. Like I don't want to be working so much to the point I don't spend time with my family. I don't even spend time with myself.
Because you just focus on work.
Yeah, like everything is work. Like I be feeling bad because even I went to a friend's her birthday party, or I think it was her graduation party. I was only there for like 30 minutes, and then I had to go, and I didn't have to, but I went in the car to start working, and then I left early because I had to work.
Yeah, because you were working at the rooftop party we had.
Yeah, and remember I told you, like Christina, she was like, listen, like put the laptop away for a minute. Like you're missing opportunities. There's people in here who you can really start working with. Yeah, and you're out here just working. Like,
so why do you want to work so much, Trey?
I don't know. Remember I told you, I was like, it's just, I don't know.
We got to get down to this. Why do you want to? I get it, because there's so much that you want out of life. Yeah. There's so much that you aspire to have, and you don't have to do all of that right now. Yeah. Like this is the time where at 18, when you turn 19?
March 28th. I almost forgot my birthday.
You work so much.
Yeah.
This is the time where, and I don't want you to take this and use it however it works for you. Yeah. Like I tell people, when I give people advice, or I tell people, I give some advice, whatever. Take it and use it how it works for you. 'Cause I think sometimes people take advice verbatim and like, oh, well, you know, so-and-so said I should do this, so this is how I'm doing it, but it doesn't work for you that way.
Yeah, and I feel like in this past, like after meeting everyone, David, the network he has, the team, all of that, like I'm getting so many opinions and I have to really
how to filter them joints
I
out.
have to filter because like sometimes somebody will say this but then the next person cancel out what that other person says, so it's like I really have to now filter what the information or the advice that is given to me because I can't work or operate the same way everybody is telling me to do so. Here's
a word of advice for you. If you didn't ask for their opinion, it don't matter. I'm so serious. Like, nah, I'm learning. Like I said, I'm giving you everything that I'm learning as I go because I see myself in you. Fear of loss, fear of, you know, not having enough, fear of, you know, if I don't work, I won't see tomorrow. Right. And it's just like, or, you know, people's opinions, they matter to what I say. Let's say you're an empath, I'm an empath. And you got to realize that who you are is who you are. Right. Who you were isn't who you are today. Who you're going to be isn't who you are today. And you got to learn to filter out everyone's emotions that they try to put on you, filter out, you know, how they try to control you, filter out how they try to talk to you, filter out how, you know, they try to advise you in doing things. Right. And I feel like that's the limbo you're in right now because I've been in that limbo and I'm kind of still in that limbo as far as like, you know, going to people for advice when I know I got the answer. Right. When I went to Florida with Dave, we interviewed a guy named Dan Henry, and he said something very, very profound. He was like, when it comes to making decisions, we already know the answer. Yeah. It's just we're not secure in ourselves and our answers that we don't know exactly how to, like, you know, follow through on that answer. Right. So it's like if the answer is no, we got to figure out, okay, well, how do I tell that person no? Right. But we know, like, no. Yeah, like it's just that simple. And like sometimes I'll be overthinking it and it's like you kind of feel like they're gonna attack you or like they're gonna say something, I don't know, or like you're gonna lose something. Yeah, like you're gonna lose something. Like when I say no, I be so anxious, like my anxiety go up like real high. I be like, dang, I just said no to this person. Now what's gonna happen? Like, are they gonna stop working with me? But then also another thing that I realized, like I had to realize I'm still trying to realize why do some clients, like, they only want to work with me. Like, just only me. Like, they don't want to. Yeah, like, they don't want to work with nobody else. Think about it. It's just this. Once you start working with somebody, you've gotten comfortable with them. It's like, and then I give my graphics. So I say, Trey, do my graphics for me. And then you raise the price on me. Right. Because that's just what you do. Right. Can't argue it. That's your price, your price. Yeah. Fat Joe, yesterday's price, it's not today's price. I've been thinking about that. And like, even I be like, when Donnie, she was like, sometimes I had that energy and sometimes I don't. I don't know if you remember at the last content creation boot camp, Donnie was like, if you, like, when you post on your social media, post on your social media and own it like it's yours. Like, act like as if it's your home, your, you know, space, and post it. Sometimes I'll post things on how I feel. Like, it was this one post I saw you made. You was like, I'm the nicest person, but also like, it was something along those lines. But like, I'll post stuff like that and then I'll delete it because I don't want to offend anybody. But it's like, this is my page. Like, I don't have to. You fit the follow button. Right. That means you walked into my role. I didn't say, hey, come into my role. I'm going to treat you this way. Yeah. So that's what I got to realize. Like, I got to start being more confident on owning the things that I do. Like, if I say what I said, then that's what I said. Like, you said what you said. Whoever shut that joint. But yeah, like, just let it be, man. Yeah. Let it be. Yeah. I'm really learning, and I've been reflecting a lot. Like, you're in a great, very heavily. Space. And we didn't even touch on like in 20. We got time. Oh, we do? Okay, cool. So we got plenty of time. In 2019, like, remember we talked about how I had went through depression and I didn't really understand what it was. You understand now? Yeah. Okay, let's talk about it. I understand that it was just me. Well, dang, I really don't understand because I'm still trying to, like. What do you feel like you understand about depression, or even just not even depression itself, but let's call it Trey's depression. What do you feel like you understand about Trey's depression? Not because depression is, there's so many levels to depression. There's generalized depression. There's high functioning depression, which I have. Right. There's, you know, severe depression. There's so many. Like, depression is just so. I feel like right now I'm like at a high function. Before I was. You understand high functioning depression? Yes. Okay, so what is it? That's more so like working through it, but you still going through your own crash. Yeah, I do that a lot, especially at home.
excuse me, especially at home, I do that a lot. And like in Atlanta, I'll be so happy and like upbeat because everybody is around.
The energy, yeah,
like the energy, it's like everybody's speaking into you and like pouring into you, and then you have like your connections and like you able to talk with people, get in a room with people, and really get to a more level-headed space. Whereas at home, it's just me and like my parents, my brother, my dog. I got a dog now.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so yeah, like at home, I just kind of be going through my own thing, and like I feel like I'm at a high level, like I function through my depression as far as like I still be working and still going through stuff. Sometimes I may slack where like I feel like I don't want to talk to anybody. And we already discussed that. But yeah, so in 2019, I feel like it was more so just me holding everything in, already on top of what I was going through and the trauma as a kid. Now I'm facing these new challenges where I'm doing YouTube. I have to do school. And like just so many things going on, you just holding everything in. And so like that really puts you to a point where like you just feel by yourself because you're not saying anything and you feel as though you don't have to, like you don't have nobody to speak to. So that's what I was going through in 2019 as far as like, it was just me just going through my own challenges as I am right now, but I'm functioning at a high level of it. And I know I'm very self-aware, and I feel like I'm wise beyond my years.
You definitely are.
Yeah, like it takes, and it wasn't just my parents, it wasn't just my stepdad and my mother, it was like my family. Like I was always around my family, my grandmother, my aunts, I stayed at their house, I stayed at my grandfather, my mom, she like you see where the pattern goes. Like my mom, she was taking care of my grandfather. My grandmother, she passed before I was even born, so it was just him and his kids, but they're all grown, so he didn't have to worry about that. But my mom, she moved in with him, and like she took care of him and she took care of me, and like she was just a single mother. And then my stepfather came into the picture, which I consider him my father. Like he been in my life since I was 2, so I call him father. That's who raised me, that's who installed like business into me. And like I said, he gonna be like, you talking too much, because he was like he was in the music industry, so he knows stuff about like business, and like, you know, he's the one who showed me like you can do whatever you want, you don't gotta work for nobody. Like he showed me that with entrepreneurship, and like I'm learning my own things with entrepreneurship and dabbling into different things with entrepreneurship. So he knows about the business side and different things like that. And the reason why he stepped away from music is because, like, you know, just he didn't want to be in that limelight. He just wanted to be with his family, seeing me and my stepbrother grow up, and when my little brother was born. So yeah, that. And then my mom, she was like more the nurturer. Like that's what all moms do. She was instilling like, don't walk out the house looking crazy. Like always keep yourself up to par, and just like don't ruin your character. Like that's what she instilled into me. So them two together, along with my aunts, my grandmother, my cousins, like it took a village to be the person that I am. So I'm just learning different things, and I'm having my own different things that I have to face. With depression, that was something that I had to face. And then eventually when my parents called in, like they were like, you could talk to me. And I had many times where like I just like crash, like you just crash and you go through your own things, and like you start crying and you telling them everything. And I feel like I haven't fully told them everything. But yeah, so that's what 2019 consisted of, just depression, trauma of things that I was already going through. And then like, you know, I feel like I'm that one friend that like pour into everybody, but when it's your time and when it's your time to share your feelings, like everybody else don't really want to listen. So I feel like I'm that friend that hold everybody up and like listen to their feelings, try to help everybody. But I realized you can't save everyone. Facts. So that's what I'm learning too. And like, yeah, I'm just learning different things in business and my personal life.
Yeah, because they all intertwine regardless. Like you can try to step into this business world, into this entrepreneurship world whenever you want to.
Right.
If you don't take care of what you're going through, it's going to filter into your business.
That's why I said heal before you start a business, or even while you're in your business, which is what I'm trying to do. So, That was when I was in the shower. I was like, I'm gonna make sure I say this on the podcast. Like, it's a bar. I'm gonna say this on the podcast. So yeah, like,
nah, man, you dropping crazy bars.
Yeah, it's just like this. I know next year. So this year I graduated June, and like next year is gonna be my first year out of school. I don't have to focus on school. It's really just entrepreneurship and growing as a person. I want to work on like emotional intelligence and different things like that. I want to step away. Like you said, I don't have to do everything that I'm doing in my graphic design business. I don't have to overwork myself. I can start building a team, and you can't do everything alone. That's what I had to realize. Like before, I was trying to do everything alone. Like I have to be the one to work. I have to be the one to handle customer service and all that, when really I can build a team who can do that for me. And so I can be the leader and, you know, work on other things in the business, like promotion and different things like that. So yeah.
So let's talk about your YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
So you got a YouTube channel that you've had for
I would say roughly 3 years now.
And what do you like? What are you all like? What's all on your channel? Like kind of things you do or talk about?
Yeah. So with my YouTube channel, it's called Royal Trevion. And with my YouTube channel, I did like pranks, challenges, entertainment videos, skits, different things like that. And I was in high school at the time, so I took a break from it. I haven't been on there in a year, but I have recently posted like an updated video. I'm not sure if you saw it, but I have posted. I'm always gonna promote myself no matter what. So I made the thumbnail, edited the video. Yeah, I edited the video and all of that, and I was like, this is gonna be promotion. But then at that same time, I started slowing down because like I'm like, dang, like now here we go again.
I'm back at it.
Yeah, I'm like backpedaling now, and like now I'm overthinking and different things like that, and I'm trying to learn. So yeah, on my channel, I was doing pranks and stuff on my mom. One of my biggest videos was a video I did in high school. It was called the wave check video, where basically they just take off their do-rag and show their waves. That's currently at like 1.9 million views.
Hold up, are you getting a bag from YouTube?
It's a small bag right now because you have to keep up that anticipation on your channel, meaning you have to keep posting and different things like that. So some months, last month I got paid like $100, I believe, but that's still something. But at the same time, like,
you got almost 60K subscribers.
Yeah. And like, yeah, before I was getting a bag on YouTube, but now I get the bag on graphic design. So, and yeah, like with graphic design, when I do start creating a team and stuff, I would like to get back on my channel. But the reason why I haven't been on my channel is because of what I'm personally have been going through, and also I don't want to do the same thing that I was doing on YouTube. I feel like I've grown from that.
So this wave check video right here, you got 1.9 million views 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What did that bring you? You? The green hair?
So I'm gonna be honest, I think I told you this last time. So I got paid for the first few views, but after that, they lied and said like I had somebody else's footage in there, and so I didn't get paid because then the person won the copyright claim, and so I haven't got paid for nothing else on that video.
Somebody said that you took their
footage, yeah, because it's like little memes in there, but it wasn't the person who meme it actually was. They just showed like fake proof, if that makes sense, because you have to screenshot where your clip is and how long ago you had it, and where the person has it in a YouTube channel and when they posted it. So yeah, they won the claim, and like they get paid from that video.
What?
But at the same time, that's the sacrifice you gotta take with YouTube sometimes.
So wait, you put all this hard work and effort into this video right here that has 1.9 videos, edit all this stuff to YouTube.
It took me hours to edit that.
And the bag goes to them.
Yeah.
Every time,
the
so
ads, everything.
Me watching this, let me stop watching it then. So every time somebody watches this video, the check goes to them and it skips over you.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It don't really feel any kind of way.
How did it feel?
It felt, I don't know, it felt like real, like
at the moment
a waste of time in a way, because it was like, dang, like I just put all this work in. I was really consistent on my channel at the time, so it was like I put all this work in. Like I'm getting all these views and different things on my channel, and then now somebody else is making a bag off of me.
Right.
Like
I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I was pissed, but at the same time, like I said, like you got to take certain sacrifices on YouTube, because do you want to get paid, or do you want the audience and want to build up like that? I don't know how to say it. Like, do you want to build up that image, if that makes sense.
But I mean, I feel like it helps. I don't know, should I like the video?
You should, because at the same time, it brings them, what it does on YouTube, it brings them to my channel, and they're able to see my other videos that I do get paid for.
So it's like, even though you don't get paid for this, it still brings attention to
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, yeah.
Okay.
And those are some of the sacrifices you have to take. Like, some people, they have reaction channels, and they do reactions, and then somebody copyright the video. They may have a lot of views on it, but at the same time, you still got people going on your channel and watching other things. So it's like you pick and choose what you want to do. I could have took the video down and re-uploaded it, but I just didn't want to take that chance.
Yeah, that's a big risk.
But I know, like, in the future, I'm gonna definitely have more videos that got way more than 2 million views.
So what do you want to? So what do you want your YouTube channel to look like now? Because I just started one with the podcast, of course,
right?
And then also want to do a vlog, just kind of like a day in the life of what I do, and just kind of motivating people. What do you want your new channel to like? Not your new channel, but the
new growth
of Royal Trevion to look like.
Right. So I've been like kind of trying to figure that out, because sometimes when I do record, I have recorded many videos over the past year since I took a break. I have recorded many videos, and it's like I'm trying to act like that person that I once was, like just always goofy and different things like that. But I want to show versatility on my channel. Like, it don't have to be all entertainment, because I feel like if you're going to lead somebody and if you're going to have a platform, you need to be pouring back into those people and showing them your personal growth and sharing with them what you got going on. So I feel like I want to have a balance this time. I want to show, like, do vlogs, like you said, do pranks and stuff still sometimes here and there. But at the same time, I want to start like a podcast and, like, tell them the stories that I'm telling right now and showing them how I'm growing each and every day when I get 19, 20, 21 and older. So
it's like, for sure. It's like a well-balanced, I feel like that's a well-balanced life to show the world.
Right.
And that's what I try for my social media to be, for my vlog to be. It's like a well-balanced life where it's just, at one moment, people just thought, Joe, all you do is work, like you said.
Yeah.
And then I was like, dang, like, all I do is just post work. So like, now I just try to switch it up. And it's not because like what they said, it's just more so like, I want people to know, like, there's more to life than just work. You can be goofy.
Yeah.
You can be silly. You can be serious. You can be about your business.
Right.
There's so much versatility to who we are as human beings.
Right.
But it's just, for some reason, we just want to show one part of our lives.
The image that seems like as if it's the best image.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that why I step away from my Instagram sometimes, because sometimes I feel like I'm not connecting with my followers. I'm just really just throwing stuff at them, like support my business and different things like that. So like that's what I want to work on. And like you said, like entrepreneurship is not easy at all. Like you have to figure out your lane and like the things that you need to work on. And it's not all glitz and glam. Like it's not all like, oh, I get paid every single day and different things like that. These are, you go through real things and you actually put in more work than you are if you were to work just a 9 to 5 and different things like that. You're always working on your business and you always trying to figure out ways to elevate and different things like that. So on my channel and on my social media as a whole, I would like to be more diverse and show more versatility. Like if I'm going through something, show that you don't got to show everything, but you can show like just a glimpse and give people that idea. And I would just be watching different people like Mahadi Woodard, I think that's how you say his name, him, Donnie, David, like just different people. They have fun with their brand and like they show people their personal lives and their business and they work real hard. So those are the people that like I admire as entrepreneurs and different things like that. So yeah, I'm just I need a lot. I have a lot to work on.
You do?
Yeah.
But you don't.
Yeah.
I feel like it's there. You just gotta welcome it. Like you gotta welcome the adversity. You gotta welcome this new life that you're walking into. You gotta welcome these new people that you're gonna have. I think what you gotta work on is that fear of loss. Right. I think you don't want to. I believe you don't want to. And that's just human nature. And we want to welcome in adversity. We want to welcome in the pain, but we don't want to welcome in the thing that we fear the most.
Right. And it's like you kind of try to like cover it up.
Yeah. We try to mask it up, and you just gotta get over that point, man.
Yeah.
And when you start your therapy consistently, man, you're going to get to a point where it should start making sense, and you start getting through the motions, and you just stop caring about what people say and what people think.
Right.
And
You definitely gonna stop caring about that, and that's exactly why, like, I don't want to keep putting a delay on things. Like, I feel like it's gonna cost me way more to be in the same position that I am next year, rather than moving and growing through the growing pains of life. So yeah, I know that, like you said, like, I got to work on that fear of loss, and I got to work on, like, just personal growth as a whole, and, like, things will be okay. Like, everything is already set in place. It's just I have to overcome certain obsticles, and I know I can. So
I know you absolutely can. Yeah, absolutely. You can absolutely, absolutely. I can't even talk.
Yeah,
but yeah, you can absolutely do it, man. It's just really, like you said, just doing it.
Yeah.
And when it comes, I've gotten to the point now where I'm loosening the procrastination spirit that kind of like hovers over me.
Right.
Because I feel like you said, we feel like we got time. Well, I can do it tomorrow. I can do it next week. And I realize the more I put things off, the higher my anxiety goes.
Right.
my anxiety's been crazy for the past like month.
Yeah, September, it was crazy for me. Every single day, like, and then even after the all-white affair and different things like that, you know, David, he had a conversation with me like, yo, like, you need to pick up your slack. And so, like, different things like that, like, I like being transparent and showing the things that I do make mistakes on, because a lot of people, they come to me and say like, oh, you got it all together, and it's like, no, I don't. Like, behind everything that you see me doing and what I show you, like, I'm really have things that I'm trying to grow from. So yeah, like, you know, when I said no to David, that was a good action to take. And then even the next month in September, when he talked to me, he was like, yo, like, you need to pull it together, and like, you have to focus on the priorities of things. And sometimes I feel like I'm just doing a bunch of things, but I'm not doing what's most important. So I can be working all day, but like, I didn't really get the important stuff done because I'm just have my hands every single where. So that's where I've been realizing, like, you need to raise. That's what comes with raising your prices and stuff, because that'll block out the people who are not really serious about working with you. They kind of just want to like waste time, and like, they don't really know what they want. And we both can't know what we want. Like, yeah, you got to know something. That way I can come up with something. Like, so yeah, I've been realizing that. Yeah, that's all I got.
Nah, man. You just said a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you realized.
Last time it was like a surface level, but this time it was like real deep.
Yeah, I feel like you definitely got deep, man. I'm glad the footage messed up.
Yeah, I'm glad it messed up too, because when I said it, even like I realized in the beginning I didn't say my name, where I was, my name, my age, my business. I didn't say none of that in the beginning of the last podcast. And also, I forgot to mention, I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, so I done got everything off the table.
I feel you got a lot off your chest, man. And that's what I want this podcast to be, man. It's just like, I want it to be something like therapy, where you come and you just release it all, because I feel like a lot of us, we have a story to tell. Right. We feel like it may not be as impactful. Like, say you're 18 years old, you feel, oh, I'm 18, what I got to do now? You don't realize how many people you're going to affect and help with your story. Yeah. And so you helped me, and I'm a 34-year-old man. Yeah. You taught me something I should have been known. But it's just, nah, man, we all got a story to tell. We all have something in us, regardless of what part of life we're in. There's like a slew of 18-year-olds out there who just need to hear what you just said. Right. There's a slew of 34 years old out there who just need to hear what you said. 50-year-olds, 60-years old, man. So just don't despise where you are in life. Right, or belittle it. Yeah, don't belittle your youth, because God giving you a gift. Right. To be who you are. And he also gifted you to go through the trials and tribulations. Right. And you've gone through them, and you're gonna go through more. Yeah. But I feel like you're gonna know how to handle them when they come. Like, like, I'm not gonna just stop. And like back away from people. I'm gonna keep going, communicate with people and different things like that. Also, two more things. Like, I realized you can't get distracted by the shiny objects that come along during the path. Like,
you can't get distracted. Also, like in business, like there's a difference between, I think I was watching 19 Keys yesterday, and he said this. He was saying like there's a difference between like clients and customers. A customer is like someone who just comes to you one time, make that transaction, and y'all don't build a relationship. But a client is like somebody that you build a relationship with. You know who they are, they know who you are, and like, you know, like they come to you consistently. And that's, I have a lot of clients and then I have customers, but I didn't know how to separate the two. And I know that in business, like you have to, that's what comes with being versatile and like being diverse in your business. You have to show who you are. You can't just expect these people to make transactions with you and they can't trust you and they can't connect with you. They don't know who you are. They just know the brand. So you got to really get deep into yourself, and that's why I need to find more who I am and heal and different things like that.
Speaking of healing, do a quick commercial break. Listen.
All right, cool.
This episode is sponsored by the Emboldened Institute, where we are helping you people, not you people, that sounds horrible. We help people like myself and like Trey who've gone through traumatic situations in life. And what I do is I have this app on my phone where I like to just text people and just really just talk to them through something healing. Yeah. I just send out text. Like today's morning, I just said, yo, rest.
Right. Is that the community thing? I need you to help me with that. I feel like that'll be a way to connect with my people more.
Definitely. Man. Community is dope. People have to subscribe, so it's not like you got to like put people's numbers in there. They just subscribe to your number.
And you just text them.
I just text them like, you know, what's up? How I'm feeling today? You know, today's I'm going through a rough patch.
Right.
But the way to get through that rough patch is really acknowledging where you are, taking some time to just kind of just break from life.
Right.
And just simple stuff like that, because I just really enjoy helping people. I really enjoy helping people get through these adverse moments. So the Emboldened Institute, you can just text me. My number is 404.
I'm already signed up.
My man, appreciate you. 476-6780. That's 404-476-6780. You can text me. I text you back. You will get an automated message as your first message, kind of welcome you into the community. And then after that, you're talking to me. You're not talking to an assistant, no robots, no nothing. And we're just really just trying to help people come, you know, get over those traumatic situations that they've gone through in life and really help you not get over it, but get through it. And that's what the Emboldened Institute is about. Trey, man, close us out with something. I mean, you've said enough, but if you got 5 more seconds in you that you can close out, what would you say to somebody your age and somebody twice your age?
I would say somebody twice your age and somebody my age. I would say like you can reinvent yourself at any moment in time. So when you ready, that's when it's time to go full force and keep going. And like you gotta stay focused on that. And you can't get distracted by shiny objects. Like I said, like when you want to reinvent yourself, when you want to grow and you feel like it's time, that's when it's time to do it. Yeah. You can't sit there and overthink it or nothing like that. You got to keep going. It's time. It's showtime.
Well, folks, there you have it. I couldn't have said it no better.
Yeah.
Listen, you have tuned into another episode of Living Blessed, the podcast. And Trey, you just gave me a new tagline.
What?
It's something like therapy. So this is Living Blessed, the podcast, where it's something like therapy. We are out. Peace.
That's dope.